In all my work and in all my life up to now, I've come to discover this one thing, and it's up for conjecture, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. The thing that I've come to discover is that the mind and body seek desperately to be liberated from the deep programs, the thought patterns and emotional responses that it adopted once in a time when it was so unconscious, it had no conscious choice. It did what it needed to do to survive. But those things were adopted for a very short period, but then we don't shake them off and we don't change them. And we end up embodying them and making them our personality and character. And all along, in every moment of our lives, our body and our mind are screaming to shake off this burden of the thought patterns and the emotional struggle that we all carry. And instead of trying to liberate that from within, we end up projecting that onto everything outside of us, wanting to find love, peace, hope, joy, understanding from everything and everyone else, which to some degree is expected, but to a bigger degree, it's only highlighting what we are carrying that we're not dealing with. What do you feel? Do you feel there's some truth in that? I've seen it across the board, from 12-year-old kids to directors, managers, CEOs. You can take it to corporate, to private. The fundamental thing that I've become so conscious of is the body and the mind just want to be free from the conditioning that has imprisoned us for so long. And because we don't put in the time and the effort to actually understand and reprogram, we keep projecting this projector that's got an outdated movie that's not even clear anymore, but somehow we're giving it meaning because we don't know what else to do. I had a client, we stopped working now, and I met them in the gym on the way out a couple of days ago, and they're going through a very painful period in their life. And I was saying to them, what do you do now? And they want someone else to change because the way someone else is causing them immense discomfort. And I said, well, it's a very difficult thing to want somebody else to change so that you can feel better, right? Of course, to a degree, people's behavior matters. But when we are so uncomfortable with someone else being who they are, isn't it time to question what it is in us that we can't be with? Their response was, well, I've done some coaching and nothing changed. And then I said, but at the same time, you come to the gym 3-4 times a week, nothing changes. We continue these thought patterns, nothing changes. And then we have this belief when it comes to us, which is what became aware for me in this little conversation, is that we put so much effort into fixing the world outside of us because of the fear and the time and the energy and the commitment that it takes to doing what's required, which is changing here and here. And I know it's daunting, and I know it takes time and energy and commitment. And there's a fear of, this is personal, there's a fear of who you become after. I see who I'm becoming now, and when I look back at who I was, there's a real deep pain for what I did in my past to my parents, to people I loved, because I didn't know better. And now that I feel I know a little bit better and I see what I didn't know, it causes a huge, intense conflict. Like, how could this guy now do that? It's very, very painful. I can understand why we have some resistance towards that. But like I said at the beginning of this open discussion, the body is looking for that. In every way, it's looking to let go, to open the heart, to be free of judgment and pain and projection and suffering and these old programs that are running constantly. So it's wanting it anyway. So why not? What stops each one of us taking that the approach to a problem is more important than the solution? When we approach this kind of work and introspection with love, patience, curiosity, the same that we would give a partner that we want to be, that we love with and we want to nurture, to our kids that we want to be the best they can be, that same energy, when we use it towards us for this kind of work, it's not half as daunting. It can be such a beautiful experience when you do it with the right approach. But the fundamental question lies in, what do you need? What stops you from doing a little bit of introspection onto your thought patterns, onto your beliefs? And like the saying goes, all the water in the ocean cannot sink a ship unless the water gets in. So what are you letting in? What subconscious program is there that is coming in and reinforcing so much of the way you feel about yourself that once liberated could offer you a whole new world and perspective on yourself and everything around you? What do you need? Money, time, patience? I'd love to know, and I'd love to support you wherever you are with whatever you need that would encourage you to join me. I would accompany you on this journey, to join me into a little bit of introspection onto you. Loving, curious, patient introspection. It's beautiful. And I really encourage you to ask the question, what's stopping me? What's stopping me from doing this? And let me know. And I'll support you wherever you are, because I'm in love with this and I see what it's doing for me, even if it's painful and challenging. But what do you need? Let me know, and thanks for listening. Your comments are welcome, and your shares are welcome, and your support is truly, truly appreciated.